Okay. You guys all good to go?
Sir.
See you all set back there? I think we're good. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Danvers Zoning Board of Appeals. Happy New Year to all of you. I'm going to first ask if you could please silence any mobile devices you have or turn them off so we're not interrupted. I will start by introducing our board members. Down to our right is Corrine Doherty. Our clerk tonight is Ken Scholes. Myself, John Bowner, I'm the chairman. To my left is Ken Jarvinen and Chris Dembowski, and our alternate down the end is Kevin Burridge. From our planning department is our planning director, Mr. Brian Zakelli. I will briefly just spend a moment and talk to you about our process. We are on Danvers Cable, so when your case is read, we ask that you go to the microphone, identify yourself, your address, tell us what it is you'd like to do. Just basically lay out your application to us. From there, we'll turn it over to the board. The board will ask questions of you, of your case. Once we've asked all the questions, I'll open it up to the public if there's any public comment. From there, we'll come back to the board and we'll deliberate and we'll give you your options. And depending on how the votes of the board is going, you'll get a clear sense of where you're at. So I hope that's clear for everyone. I know not everybody does this every night like we do, so we'll try to help you through the process too if you're a little confused. I do ask during our deliberations that no questions be asked and that we're not interrupted. Members, we were in receipt of minutes for just December 1st. I'm going to hold that vote as I have not had an opportunity to review those minutes. And Brian, I understand there's still back minutes for November 24th, which we will also address maybe even with tonight's. So maybe we'll have 3 sets of minutes at the January 26th
I think
meeting.
realistically, it'll be 2 sets on the next one, at the next meeting, and then we'll catch up.
Tonight's.
Yeah, well,
Possibly.
yeah, correct.
So there'll be 3 sets of minutes for us to review. So with that said, members, we will get right into this. And Mr. Clerk, if you could read our first case.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our first case is 7 Adams Avenue. This is zoned R2. Request a finding under Table 2 to build a new deck attached to a pre-existing non-conforming structure that will be located 26.2 feet from the front property line, where 30 feet is required. The request is made by David and Julietta Heslin, docket 26-5128.
Is anybody here on 7 Adams? Yes, if you could, just go right up to the podium there and introduce yourself and tell us what it is you'd like to do.
Good evening. I'm David Heslin, 7 Adams Avenue, Danvers. What my wife and I, Julietta, want to do is replace an outside deck that we put onto the house back in the early 1980s when we added a family room to the back of our house. And my backyard is sloped, so the deck appears to be high if you're in the backyard because the slope goes down. But over the years, that deck faces east, northeast, and it takes a regular beating. So we replace wood, railings and decking and stuff over the years. But I began to look at it and underneath, and I wanted to make the thing stronger, the skeleton part of it underneath, and I got someone to help it, just to give me some idea of what would need to be done. And it looks like a new deck is the answer. I mean, this thing is wood. It's not something else. It's made out of wood, and it's been there for 40 years. And so that's what we want to do, is have a new deck. But things have changed, and things that I caused, because when I was half the age of what I am now, when we built the deck, I put evergreens around it, and I bought them from over that place across from the Topsfield Fair across the street.
Oh, yeah.
And they were like that high.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
Now they're about 15. But along with the height, there's the roots. So trying to tear down the total deck as it is and then put in a repeat of what was there, I guess you have to put in sauna tunnels.
Sauna tubes, yeah.
Sauna tubes.
Yeah.
And there's all these roots now, which would make it very difficult to go through. The existing tubes, the part that would have to go out was really like a walkway from a glass door, maybe 3 feet wide, and it went to the left where the deck was beside the new addition to the house, new at that time. And there is one sonotube down there that we can find, and it's broken up. You know, it looks like it's over 40 years old, and it is. The other one is buried. As I say, I have a sloped backyard. Heavy rains and melting of snow cause movement of soils, and some of them will rest up against the foundation of we call it the new room, but it was 40 years old. So we can't find any more tubes for the area that we would want to move out. The bigger deck itself, the original tubes are still there, but we're not asking for anything on that. So that's what we would need to put in a new deck. Certainly that would be safer, make the house look better. And going out the side of the my property goes along the street. I don't know if anyone remembers where there used to be the Carmelite monastery. They're gone now, but we're on that street, and the hill that goes down to that area, you know, goes kind of diagonally. So what's 30 feet closer into the house is now going to a diagonal, and that makes it like it's, I guess, 26.2 instead of the 30 that we had before. But that just goes to a street. There's no other property that goes to
Gotcha.
a street that goes
So,
down.
so this
that
is
hill.
the same size deck as you have there now? Or is it increasing in size?
This will increase this, the main deck will be the same size. You go out the door and walk over, and the main deck is up against the side of the room that was added. And that's, you know, sort of like maybe 20 by 20, you know, I'm just saying it roughly. But the new would be like it was 3 or 4 feet, and now that will go out, and it will be bigger.
More into the setback?
Yes.
I gotcha. Okay. And, yeah, just identify yourself.
I'm Mr. Robert LaMonica.
Okay,
And I'm helping Dave. He's my second father.
very good.
Basically, what's going on with the deck?
Right into the mic, if you don't mind.
Basically, what's going on with the deck is I went down there, looked at a couple of things that needed to be done. Basically, what's going on is when you come out of the slider, the
Yes.
deck, it goes from 4 feet and it goes out 8 feet. But like he said, there's a tree planted there. and
Sure.
The tree is right up against the house.
Yep.
So now all of the roots go onto the house.
Sure.
So instead of removing the tree and then building another deck the same size, we don't know what's going on underneath the house. Rather not disturb the foundation.
Sure.
So basically what we're doing is we're going out 4 feet past the tree for him to be able to dig a sonotube so he's by the root, past the roots.
And that's
to
forced
get the
you
new
into the
sonotube. That's why
setback.
the deck is gonna be bigger.
Gotcha. Okay, if you don't have anything else to present, turn it over for questions. Anything else you want to tell us, or is that covers it? Okay. Kareen, we'll start down there with you.
So what is the total size of the deck? I know it's in 2 pieces, there are 2 sections, and I was out looking at it today, so, but do you know what the total square footage is? I have all your paperwork and the drawings that you did. It's just confusing, it's hard for me to kind of do the quick math.
Maybe 500. It's probably,
500 square feet.
well, they can do it quick, but it's probably around 100.
400.
Okay,
20 times 12 plus 16 times 14,
Yeah, 160 plus 240, so,
400.
yeah.
Is that
Yeah, it's about right. Yeah, that's correct.
About 400 something?
Yeah, it's about 400 change.
okay. May I ask
Yeah, sure, go
Mr.
ahead.
Kelly a question? Brian, I see from the plot plan that the original deck was, at one point it was 30.9, and another point it was 29.5, or is that part of where the new deck is?
No, I believe, so, right up here, I believe that was the old deck, which is why they're going where it was, well, I'll let them explain that the dashed mark there that's measured, so.
So I think that the dash mark is where the old deck was, right?
This is what, yeah, that's what I was thinking.
So if it was 29.5, then it was like a half an inch,
Half a foot.
yeah, or half a, it was non-complying anyway. That's what I'm
Correct.
getting at.
Correct. Well, the
Okay.
house is non-compliant. The
Right,
house is
because
at
it's on-
24. The
yeah,
house
it's
is at
only 24.
Why
Okay.
we're here is because, well, because they have two front setbacks, so they're supposed to be 30 from Mount Carmel.
Right.
This was the bylaw talks about decks allowed to may go into the front setback.
Mm-hmm.
Since this is already a non-conforming deck and it's technically getting worse, this was like, okay, this is a finding rather than just a building permit.
Okay. Okay. It was just kind of confusing the way it was laid out, so that is all my questions.
Thank you, Corinne. Ken?
I don't have any questions, thank you.
And Ken J.
I don't have any questions.
Chris?
No questions, thank you.
And Kevin?
No questions, thank you.
Thank you. I just have one. So I think I understand. I just want to confirm. So we're going with a bigger deck because we're working around an adult tree? And that's really the bottom line here.
That's basically the.
And is this deck one level, or is there a step down to it, or is it in sections?
So it's exactly going to be on the same plane as the original existing deck.
Yep.
We're just going out another 8 feet past the tree to get the sonotubes in.
Okay,
And the sonotubes are going to be about 4 feet past
Sure.
the tree with a 2-foot cantilever.
got it. And, if you said you put this in the 80s, and it's 2026, it sounds like you got some good life out of this deck. That's pretty good, especially with trees around it.
Well,
And
I-
that's not the only tree. He has them going all
Yeah,
the way
sure.
around
Saw
the
that.
whole deck.
Good, that's good. Trees are good.
Yeah.
All right, well, I don't think I have any additional questions. Board members, if there's none, I'll check with the public. I'll go out to the public. Anybody here want to be heard on 7 Adams Ave? Hearing, seeing none, no one online, I'm assuming. And with that said, we'll come back and deliberate. Corinne?
I will vote for this.
Thank you. Ken?
I will vote for this.
And Ken J.
I will vote for this too.
And Chris?
I will vote for this as well.
And Kevin, if you were voting.
I would vote for this if I were.
Okay, and I too, I see this as minimally invasive, and I understand the 2 front setback dilemma, where normally someone's dealing with a side setback and a front setback, you're dealing with 2 front setbacks, so it is a finding, and for that reason, I believe this is not detrimental to the neighborhood. So, board members, if I could get a motion on 7 Adams Ave.
I make a motion to grant a finding under Table 2 to build a new deck attached to a pre-existing non-conforming structure that will be located 26.2 feet from the front property line where 30 feet is required, and that the proposed modification will not be substantially more detrimental than the existing non-conforming structure to the neighborhood.
I'll second that.
I've got a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Very good. Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
Mr. Clerk, our next case, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Our next case is 7 Wildwood Road. This is zoned R3. Requests a special permit under Section 9.3 to create an extended family living area that will be larger than allowed by right at 1,082 square feet, where 750 square feet is allowed. The request is made by Peter Vitale, docket 26-5129.
Anybody here on 7 Wildwood? As you, yeah, right up to the mic and introduce yourself and tell us what it is you'd like to do.
Peter Vitale, 7 Wildwood Road in Danvers. My wife Elena is here, by the way.
Got the whole gang, it looks like.
Whole gang.
And we got a young one out here, too.
We got the five and a
He's
half.
not even bored yet. That's great.
So we moved here on November 12th. We passed papers, and
Welcome to town.
thank you. And we're happy to be here. We the house is a pretty good sized piece of property. I think it's about 4,300 square feet, roughly. We occupy what we would hope to be the in-law side of the house. That's going to be the extra family living area that we're living in now. It was over 750 square feet anyway when we bought it, and we understood that this was the process we'd have to go through. There is a room that was originally part of this when the prior owner, had it for his in-laws. It's a 12 by 13 room, and they gave it back, the in-laws gave it back to the family, the Martins, I guess they were, the prior owner. Gave it back to them, and they made like a playroom out of it. So we're taking that piece back, that room back, and that puts us at 1,082 square feet. The footprint of the property is not going to change. We're not breaking any ground. We're not seeking any additional permits for, an addition or anything like that. What you see as you drive up to the house is exactly the way it's going to be once the interior is rearranged. I don't have a stove right now. I have a refrigerator. I have a sink. So I'm borrowing his kitchen right now.
Sure.
And, we're going to have to put a stove in.
Gotcha. Okay, anything else you want to offer?
No, not at this time. I mean, there is a basement below, and the basement is 4 cement walls. It's uninhabitable. It's not heated. It's not finished.
Yep.
So that doesn't become part of this process here. All we're doing is rearranging the floor plan within the footprint of the house.
Okay, are you familiar with our bylaw and the criteria around it? And so EFLA is, extended family living area. I want to make sure I get that right. So I think one of the, and I'm going to turn it over to the board for questions, but I think one of the things I don't see in your floor plan is what we would consider a common area, which is an area that both parties would use. And this is why it's deed restricted, and it's meant to be for families, so we're not creating illegal apartments, right? So I'm not sure I see that on the plan, but I'm going to let the board members ask questions of you. Maybe we can figure this out tonight. We do have this plan. We all got it as part of the packet. So maybe, you can walk us through some of that layout.
So looking at the plan from on the board here, the 5-sided area there, that's my bedroom.
Okay,
The little square oblong box in front of it is my closet. There is a sunroom off to the right as you exit the bedroom. That's a sunroom there. And then the larger oblong area is what will be the kitchen and like a dinette area. And my separate entrance is right there on the right-hand bottom corner where you see the steps. Going through the hallway there, you'll see the bathroom, and then further down is the laundry room. You'll see the door that enters into Peter's area there. That is a glass door where we share that living room area there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's not really outlined in the plan here. The room that we're taking back is the room on the left-hand bottom, which is the 12 by 13. And my wife and I work from home, so we're going to be setting up offices in there.
okay. I'll turn it over to the board, and they can ask questions.
Okay.
All right? Thank you.
Other context of where that room is adjoined to.
Excuse me.
Peter Vitale Jr., living on the adjacent side of this building.
Okay,
I don't know if this piece, is this picture in the plan that they can go to? But I wanted to show them where that room is, where it's currently attached to.
Right. Can I
Is
just...
part of that common area
I
that
think we
John was
have that
referring to.
plan, right?
Yeah.
So that living area that's, I think on the screen is 30 by 29, 396 square feet. We're just basically building a wall there, so that shaped area, that square, is now, technically part of their space. I don't know if you can see it from the wall. Brian, I don't know if you have that photo in the,
If it was included, it was included in the application?
do you know if you gave him this piece?
No, I only give them that plan right there.
No.
That's all they have.
I don't believe it was included.
Okay, well, that's what we're here to do. We're here to
Yeah.
figure it out. If we don't think we have enough tonight, we'll get through this. Kevin, I'll start down there with you.
So for that shared space requirement, what space is it that you do share?
I would say when we go down the hallway there, it opens up into a bar on the right-hand side and a living room right there on the bottom left.
You're talking about plan left, correct?
Yeah.
That whole, the whole
This
side.
whole area right, if I can just.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Here,
It wasn't clear to us where the common area was.
right here.
So
This
that
would
is a
be-
shared living.
This is
space.
the bar.
Huh?
This is a living room with a TV.
What time's the bar open?
4 seats.
8:15 tonight.
So
right?
this whole left-hand side is what you guys are calling
We're gonna be
That's the
sharing that,
living
yeah.
area.
common
area.
area.
That makes
Okay.
it much clearer.
And the entrance that you have that doesn't go through the rest of the main part of the house, what wall of the house is that on? Back, side, front?
Are you talking right here?
Your entrance
It would
to
be the
to
side right,
Your
side
separate
right part of the
entrance
house.
by
And that's the
stairs.
rear of the building or
That's
the,
the rear of the building where I
Okay.
come out.
Deck,
open
3
my
steps.
own driveway.
got it.
The front right.
And then if I were looking at the house from the street, is this, I had trouble just orienting myself to where this was in the house. Is this to the right where it looks like more of a single story portion?
Yes.
Okay. For Mr. Zakelli, if I may,
Yes.
has there ever been an approved EFLA here and it lapsed, or there just never was an approved EFLA?
There was never an approved EFLA here. They just bought the house. The person before knew enough to
Take the oven out?
To take the oven out.
Yeah, sure.
Because they clearly been around the block. So they walked into it.
Sure.
Like, we got to figure this out.
I've toured enough houses in the process of trying to buy one that I know what a missing oven means.
That addition was built in 2005. I think the original building was built in 1988.
And then also for Brian, just to help my understanding, I see that there's an easement and there's a structure built over the easement. Is that normal? Are there normally not setbacks from the easement also?
Well, there typically don't have to be setbacks from the easement, but depending upon what the easement is, if it's a drainage easement, you certainly can't build in it. If there's pipes under there, that's the whole point of the easement. You cannot build in the easement.
And it looks like the garage is built on the easement from the plot plan that we looked at.
Yeah, that's interesting.
I would agree.
There was an updated plan where I think the piece that you're alluding to is a corner of the garage that was pre-existing to the easement.
I was going to say, when was the easement established? That's what we need to.
So I don't know when the easement was established, but the engineering department did review this petition. And project will not require an engine permit review if only interior renovations are performed. So that means that they did not flag any problems with it. My guess is that means that even though that's a 30-foot drain easement, the pipe is in a location that they can access. Also, this has nothing to do technically with this project because there's no expansion of the footprint.
Right, the building.
I bet you if there was an expansion of the footprint, we might have to, deal with that. But I'm going to rely on engineering in this case. The fact that they didn't flag it,
Yeah.
I'm not worried.
Okay.
So I've seen, EFLA cases before the board before where it's, hey, the basement is so many square feet. It doesn't make sense to, wall off 7 feet of the basement. And that's why the EFLA is oversized. In this case, you're actually expanding the EFLA. Or what if you had an EFLA now, which you don't. But you're actually expanding it and asking for the oversized part. So if you didn't put up that extra wall and add that extra room, would you still be oversized?
Yes.
You'd still be
And
oversized
my
then.
understanding was, before, let me just continue to point out here, because I want to make sure you understand what I'm talking about. This area here, if you take this away, you have the sunroom, the bedroom, this kitchen area, bathrooms, which have to be counted as well, and the laundry room, that still exceeds the 750 square feet. That's what I was told.
Is the sunroom not even on there? Is the sunroom not even in that picture?
The sunroom.
Is it even there?
Yeah, it is.
This is where the sunroom is. It's out here.
Right.
So is that living
I'm not even
space?
sure if that's even part of this picture.
I don't think that's
Is
living
the
space.
Sunroom's
then.
out here.
Is the
That's
sunroom, is the sunroom heated or cooled?
Yeah, it is. He did, yeah.
So it's conditioned space.
Yeah. I understand the prior owner took out over 150 permits for this property since he owned it. He took out permits for everything, he tells me, he told me, through the Realtor.
But not the kitchen.
It's,
Yeah.
it-
The
yeah,
realtor and what really happened might be different stories, but
yeah. It has low miles. It was only driven to the market once a week. Okay,
additional questions?
I don't think I have additional questions. Thank you.
Thanks, Kevin. Chris?
Brian, can you bring up this one? It looks like a kitchen plan. So my only question is, what's this plan, which looks like to me it's a kitchen cabinet layout?
That's correct.
What's that to the original one we were just looking at?
So, if we can go.
Is this the same area?
Yes.
What's the
Okay.
bedroom?
Yeah.
So are you altering this area as it sits now to install this kitchen?
The kitchen right now has a refrigerator and a sink. The plumbing is there.
Yep.
And the electricity is there. What we're doing is getting a bigger refrigerator, because the one that we have is too small. Put in a sink, a bigger sink and a dishwasher, and a stove. Those are the items that are gonna fit into the kitchen per the design.
Chris, if you're trying to like orient yourself, that pentagon room is from the other photo. That's the bedroom of the other photo, that pentagon area. So, like, again, the sunroom's not really depicted here. It's
Yep.
beyond, up above on the screen. And
Yeah, it would be right
the space that is depicted there is not changing in terms of how big it is. It's
So in
just
other words, I shouldn't be looking at the walls on this one, just look at where the cabinets are placed.
where the cabinets are is basically,
That's what's confusing me is.
I apologize.
None of the walls, they're all in different spots. So I'm good. I'm all set. Thank you.
Thank you, Chris. Ken J.
So the common area that you spoke of between the EFLA and
primary.
the primary house, where is access from the primary house into that space? I think I see a doorway,
Yeah.
but I just
Let
want
me
to.
orient.
There's a French,
Just for privacy, it doesn't have a lock on it, it's just a privacy door, and it goes right here.
That's a glass door, right?
yeah.
It's a glass door.
Okay,
It's just for privacy.
so there's easy access for both. All right. That's all I got.
Thanks, Ken. Mr. Scholes?
Thank you. All right, so I'm just trying to wrap my head around this.
Right.
What is this gonna be used for? This,
And we work from home.
are you gonna make it office
Make an
space?
office out of it. It's already, has electricity and cable in there. Eventually,
So
if
if
we
you
retire,
didn't-
then we make it a living room.
If you didn't have that, well, then you're getting into a gray area there, if you make it a living room, because then you're technically saying, well, we don't really need to share the space next door.
Yeah.
Because we have our own.
Right, it's an office.
So if you didn't have that space, what would the square footage of the EFLA be?
I think it would be something like 900, a little over 900 square feet. It would
Approximately.
still exceed the 750.
But you'd be closer to compliance.
Right.
I don't have any other questions, thank you.
Thank you. Corinne?
I'm looking at that big room that was prior, a playroom that you're making into the office.
Right.
How do you enter into it? I don't see a cutout.
That was the same question. I think that's the French door there. Oh, I'm sorry, getting into it. Correct. There's gonna be a door.
The door's gonna go right here, down the hallway.
All right,
We're gonna enter from our side into our office this way. You don't see it there depicted there. I'm sorry about that, I don't know why.
okay, but, so what you're saying is, when they changed it into like a playroom,
door there.
there was no door, and the door was on the side?
No, there was no door at all, it was wide open.
Oh, I see.
All wide open.
Okay.
So you could, Peter could have walked right into this room with no obstruction or door. And then this area was, they made a playroom out of it.
Yep.
We went in there, it was all kids' toys and everything.
Okay.
Mr. Boner, I don't know how these things work, but it's not part of the application, but if you want to see the listing photos of how the original,
Well, let's hold on, we'll get to that, we'll get this all cleaned up, I think.
I just have a
Yeah,
couple more
yeah, go ahead.
questions. And back out to Mr. Zakelli.
Yeah, go ahead.
It was originally built, you said, in the 90s?
88.
88.
I'm just going by the listing.
Okay, but the big addition where this EFLA or whatever it was prior to this was built in 2005? They must have had a building permit for that.
They did.
Okay.
They had building permits. It was essentially everything but the kitchen because that's what you're
Right.
allowed to do.
Okay.
So, again, they were savvy, they knew what they were doing and did the thing.
Okay, okay. So, I mean, there's a spot for a stove, it's just that the stove has been removed, is that what you're saying?
Someone was living down here
Okay,
and now they're trying to make it right.
okay. No further questions, thank you.
Thanks, Corinne. Mr. Vitale, before I go out to you, I'd like to go out to Brian. Brian, I guess, want to understand our needs in the inspections department. It seems to me that this floor plan and what they're really going to do don't match.
Yeah,
Is
the
that
building
correct?
department will definitely need new
Okay.
sets of, construction drawings for, floor plans. and-
So does it make sense for us to ask the applicant of basically an updated floor plan as to exactly what it's going to be
I-
before approval?
I think it is reasonable to ask for an
Okay.
accurate floor plan.
So that, so gentlemen, if that makes sense to you, I think through the question process here, I think we've ferreted out, what's what, where the common area are, where the doors are, where the office is gonna go, bedrooms, et cetera. I think we'd like to see a floor plan that reflects all that.
Okay.
So that way, when you guys are building, and the inspections people can accurately say, yep, this is what they asked for, and this is what we've got. I don't like to hold up projects unnecessarily, but I think this is an instance where I think this is minimally, not a big burden on you guys to provide us. And I think we could, potentially, with your agreement, continue this to our next meeting, provided you can provide that updated drawing at that time. And then we could go through the voting process at that time. And I'm just recommending, you don't have to take this recommendation, but I think to clean this up for all the board members, because I think we all had questions, not only about the size, but where things are, and I don't think this plan clearly shows that. Does that make sense?
It does, but I'm wondering if I had it. Would any of these three-dimensional pictures help at all? or do you
Well,
actually-
again,
I mean, you still will need, I think they would probably, if I were them, I would want to have some type, not assurance, but it's like, we're going to go out and get plans done in order to move forward.
yeah.
They probably would, you can certainly, you certainly don't have to vote. But I think it makes sense that if the board had any concerns at all,
Yeah,
now would be the time to say,
have
we have
that.
serious concerns, we have no concerns, we have
Yeah.
little concerns, and then send
yeah,
them
we
out.
can go through and deliberate on this, and you can hear where we're at with it all, but I think I would like to see an updated floor plan to, give this the approval.
I can tell you, what we've represented to you tonight is exactly what you're going to find in the floor plan.
Yep.
My question to you is this going to hold up my project?
Our next meeting's January 26th, so it would hold it up that amount of time, and we would need drawings in the Tuesday prior to that, which I think scrolls us back to next week sometime, right?
So, new drawings would include the door to the office, that's not there. Just showing.
Common area.
What the common area is, on that left-hand side.
Have this.
And then.
Maybe the kitchen layout dropped
and
into
then, yeah,
this,
just like
right?
everything on one plan, but.
Yeah, I've got 6 different sheets I'm looking at here, right? So,
Yeah.
anyway, but that's more of maybe a comment than a question. I don't think I have additional questions. I think my fellow board members have been able to kind of get this picture clearer for me. The only thing I still want to understand is the box, I know we're calling this hexagon area, if you will, the bedroom, and what's this box in front of it? Is that a closet?
Yeah, that's the walk-in closet.
Yeah, so again, I just think it would be,
Right here?
yeah.
Yeah, that's a.
I think the floor plan should reflect, what is every room? The kitchen layout, just give it to us all in one neat package. And that would be my request anyway. But, board members, do we have additional questions? And I'm sorry, it's in your application, so the square footage of this EFLA, which includes the office,
Yes,
okay, is exactly what?
it should be 1,082 because
1,082.
1082.
the office, what the future
And out of that office is a what, 10 by 12 or?
12 by 13.
Okay, so it's what, 400 or something?
156.
How much?
156.
Okay, so,
We go down to 930.
And that
Okay.
includes that sunroom.
and that includes, and that's the other thing. So the sunrooms, again, it's vague,
Not
right?
pictured.
It doesn't really tell me there's a sunroom there.
Yeah.
So I'd like to just see that all cleaned up. But anyways,
have that. It's in
Can I
there.
ask- can I
yeah,
ask
go ahead.
One additional question. What's the square footage of the total house?
4,300,
4,300.
Thank you.
I
Yep.
believe. Yep.
Okay, any additional questions, board members? Anybody from the public here? We're here on 7 Wildwood Road. And is there anyone online? No, Brian, are you good? Okay.
Can I just,
Yep. Go ahead, Chris, yeah?
just for a clarification, this picture minus the sunroom is what the house is now, correct?
No, my side, oh, yeah, you can't see the sunroom on there.
Correct. You can't see the sunroom.
Correct.
But, so this is the way the house sits right now without
My
the,
side.
yes,
That's
your,
the
your
EFLA.
side, I'm the
Yeah.
EFLA, your side, okay.
Yeah, the common, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
I could've sworn I
Comment
had
or
a-
question?
Comment.
a
Yeah, we're
drawing
gonna
of
do
the
it.
door
Oh, I thought you
for
were.
the office, too.
So I think, Mr. Vitale, what we'll do here is we're not gonna vote, but I am gonna strobe the board members so that we can get all the comments out, so you're clear on what the marching orders are.
Okay.
And what we need, I think, Brian, by next Tuesday, correct?
Yeah, I mean,
The
you
20th.
have someone to draw up these plans because
I mean, they're on my. I have them right here, pretty much. Pretty much.
so
I
this
just have
is-
to print them out and.
So
get
to
them to
produce
you.
this for us,
you're ready to go. Then
so to produce us before next Tuesday is not a problem.
I don't think so.
Okay, because
Tu-
the
next
reason
Tuesday,
Tuesday,
just confirming the date. What date is that?
the 20th.
The 20th.
And the
Yes.
reason that is, just so you understand, it's
We
so
can make
that,
the next meeting.
right.
correct, but it's got to get from town hall then out to all of us.
Got it.
For review.
Fair enough.
And then we're good to go on that Monday, the 26th.
Sounds good.
Okay, but I'm going to let you hear everybody's comments too, to make sure we're all on the same page here. So, Chris, we start with you. And again, we're not going to vote right now, but just some feedback. I'm sorry, Kevin. So we'll start with Kevin, yeah.
Yeah, I have some concerns with this. I think the overall size starts not to feel very much like an accessory, which is what an EFLA is supposed to be. I think we're looking at a case where, although I suppose there isn't a closet in that office room, like we're looking at a case where an EFLA is starting to look a lot like a two-bedroom. I am not voting tonight. I guess none of us are. I
Right.
don't know who will or won't show up to the next meeting where we consider this again. But although I'll keep an open mind, I'm kind of on the fence. I do need that additional information, I think, to make a decision. But I'm really on the fence on this one.
Okay, thank you. Chris?
I'm all set until I see the updated plan.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Ken J.
I approve of this either way. I think I'm good with it. I'd vote for it.
Okay, and Ken?
I would rather, I hate to see you lose the office, but by losing that office, like I said, it gets you more in compliance, and I'd rather see that, because it seems like you're way over by having the office. And as we were looking at it, that left-hand side of that room is wide open right now, right? To your son's?
Well, there's a door to get
Living room?
in there right now.
There's a door there?
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't,
No, not for
It
your,
was
not
the
for
play-
your
it was in the
entrance
playroom.
and exit. Into the playroom, that's wide open, right?
no.
How do they get in there?
We're putting the wall up.
That's what I'm saying. There's no wall there right
Yeah,
now.
well, yes, I mean,
So basically, you're walling that room in
we
to
do.
make it an office for you.
With the door on the side.
Right. I'd be in favor of this without that.
Without the
that room.
office.
Yep.
Yep.
I don't think it's
That playroom
necessary.
being the playroom being open to the main house.
Correct.
Common
That's
area.
what I'm saying. That's what it is now, right?
Currently, yes.
Yeah, I mean, if I can, even if the door was from the main house instead of from the EFLA, I'd be more in favor of it because it's supposed to be shared living space, right? So the idea of you traversing the hallway in that part of the house to get to the office would make me feel better than you going through a door to get into it. Then it's not a part of the EFLA at all.
Okay, so,
Hold on, we're just deliberating now, so just let us talk.
I'd be okay with that.
Okay. Green?
I agree with Ken and Kevin. I think it's kind of big, and you're actually increasing the size of it. So I agree with them. Either you somehow incorporate your office into the other 950 square feet and just either keep that room as part of the main house or figure out a way that that's kind of like a common space. I agree.
Thanks, Green. And yeah, I think this is a minor ask. Look, I think, 750 square feet's our bylaw. If that office isn't included, you're still just about 200 feet over. Which,
believe so.
Hold on, we're not going back and forth now. You're just hearing our comments.
Okay.
So, I think it's not, it's probably not exactly what you want, but I think for the board to feel good about it in, knowing how many of these EFLAs we've issued over the years, right? And the things we've, had before us. I am happy you're here before us and trying to make this right, and I think we're close. So, I think we're just looking for an updated floor plan. And again, I think if the office wasn't included, you're still oversized by a couple of hundred square feet. But yet, I think the board would be more apt to swallow something like that. So that's our comments. And yes, Mr. Zakili.
Just to throw an idea that I think could work for everybody, is if there's a door into the office on the plan up, so there's a door into the office through this hallway,
Through the planned EFLA.
through the plan, or I'm gonna just go up there real quick.
Sure.
Pointer can't even see. Door here,
Yep,
door here,
yep.
Yeah.
that's common space.
Right.
You have a common office, you get your privacy,
Right.
you can close it off. It doesn't count towards that, it goes down to about 940. And I think everyone might be.
That's a good way around it right
Everyone
there.
might be just fine.
Well, so, and then we'll find out what you submit to us next Tuesday.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
How
we
about
will.
that?
So you could still close off that door, or still close off that wall, you just now have two doors into it, and that doesn't count.
And that's your common area.
Doesn't count towards it.
Doesn't count
It's
towards
a
it.
common office, but.
I appreciate the advice.
Peter Jr. might want to go in there and hide anyway, you never know.
But
But I'm sorry, so I wanted to make sure we got all our comments out to you, but I do want you to, if you have additional questions, I'm happy to take them.
No.
Does this all make sense, what we're asking?
As it was represented to us during the sale, that was.
Again, unfortunately, the sale and
Yeah, it
us,
doesn't matter.
we're not on that sale team, that's for sure.
No, we wanted to.
And again, I am happy you're here
Yeah.
to make this right. You're doing the right thing.
Yep.
It's being done through a permit and through relief from this board. And deed restriction, you understand that piece of it, right?
Yeah, I do. And-
Okay.
And I appreciate Brian's suggestion, because I think that's the best alternative we're going to come out with here.
Yeah.
Given what your restrictions are in this law.
Okay, so we're gonna put forth a motion to continue this to January 26th with the understanding you're gonna get us an updated plan by next Tuesday.
We will.
So you'll be back here before us in 2 weeks. You'll be the first case called because you'll be our continued case. And we'll try to wrap it up that night.
Very good, sir.
All right, hold on one second, we'll get a motion here. Board members, if I could get a motion on 7 Wildwood.
I make a motion we continue this case on 7 Wildwood Road, docket 26-5129, to our January 26th meeting.
I've got a motion, can I get a second?
I second.
Any further discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, we'll see you on the 26th.
Thank you for your
Thank
time.
you. And nice to meet you, young lady. Come again. I think you've been the best kid we've had.
I think only kid.
Yeah, well, this year, right?
Good night, guys.
Okay, Mr. Clerk, if we could go to our final case.
Our last case is 50 Independence Way. This is zoned Commercial 3. Request for a variance under Section 37.3 for proposed signage that will be larger in aggregate than allowed by right. Additionally, variances are requested under Table 37.2A, D, and J to create a pylon sign that will be over 10 feet tall and 40 square feet, and to have 3 additional wall signs than allowed by right. The request is made by Anchor Sign, Inc., care of Megan Jackson, docket 26-5130.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Megan Jackson for Anchor Sign, 2001 Somerville Avenue, Charleston, South Carolina, 29405. We are requesting for 2 wall signs, a welcome message, and a pylon for the new Chick-fil-A development at the Endicott and Liberty Shopping Center just across the way. Just a little bit larger than what is standard allowed by right, but it's not normal or not exceeding what we normally do for a typical Chick-fil-A.
Is that the size of it? That looks like a big sign.
Mr.
Yeah, that's not what it's gonna look like.
Mr. Chairman, just a quick point before we keep hearing from the applicant. In the packet, I don't see any kind of authorization for Anchor Sign to represent the owner in this matter.
Someone from Chick-fil-A is also here.
Chick-fil-A is not the owner, unfortunately.
Yes.
Yeah, there is a letter of
Is there?
authorization. Yeah.
It's in the packet?
So they've been going through permitting, they're fully done with site plan review, and they certainly have had
So,
owner's authorization.
Given the restaurant signage on Sylvan Street, I just want to double check
Yeah,
that.
sure.
so
No,
we
it's
don't-
good.
We
Good
don't go
point of
through that
order.
again.
Yep. And I have Zach
Continue,
Middlebrooks.
please.
Yep, I have Zach Middlebrooks representing Chick-fil-A with me tonight as well. I'm trying to find the signature page. Didn't print a copy of it. But we do have the authorization from the property owner. They've seen these plans, they've approved them. They didn't have any objections, so what we're submitting, including what is allowed by right, plus these.
So they can't apply for their building permit for the sign without an owner's authorization.
But yet we've been here before.
We have.
And I mean, I think the zoning, the ZBA regulations require that as a part of the packet, if I'm not mistaken.
Well,
Could you come up to the mic and identify yourself?
unfortunately, we can't hear you.
Zach Middlebrooks, 5200 Buffington Road, Atlanta, Georgia. I'm representing Chick-fil-A. So this is a lease with Eastern Properties, and we know whether or not, where it got lost in the packet. I know that Anchor held up their application on account of this, and it was signed actually October 28th. So I've got it here. I mean, I don't know where it was lost. I can definitely get it to Brian. We've been working with Brian for months and months and months. This is kind of the last piece of the project, so tell me what we need to do.
Okay. Well, we'll take you at your word. Obviously, this has been before, I believe, planning, correct? Already, and I would imagine it was required as part of that package. And we'll see if Brian can come up with something. But, okay, so it's, I'm sorry, was it Robert?
It should be on the portal too, the application, if you have access to that. One of the requirements for submitting.
into the microphone, sorry.
The letter of authorization, I think, was a required document upload with the regular permit application we submitted to get a denial of exactly what we needed to apply a variance for.
Okay,
So it should be on the portal, but we do have it.
okay. And how about you walk us through these signs and where they're located?
Okay. So if you look at the PowerPoint, slide 5 is the overview of the building. The plan right side of it that you see there with that darker gray rectangle on it, that is the side that you would see coming up Independence. We don't have any signage aside from a corner sign right there. So nobody knows it's a Chick-fil-A until you're basically past it. So we're asking for the A2 sign on the front that you would see when you pull into the center, and the pylon sign additionally for those coming into the center that may not notice that sign, or coming from the back side of the shopping center like the Target is.
That's the B1?
Yes.
Okay.
And then by right, there is nothing allowed on the front where the actual restaurant doors are. So we're requesting a signage over that, and then a welcome message that,
And that's
Technically,
A1, the front.
yes, A1 is the front, and then the welcome message is the WM. It just says, welcomes friends and neighbors, Danvers.
And what's the point of that sign? I would think that people know this is a Chick-fil-A.
Point of the welcome message sign.
Is that just your standard branding?
Yep, standard branding, community outreach, trying to make it a welcome and open place for people to come in and realize it's a safe place to be.
Okay. Anything else you want to present?
You got anything? No, sir.
And we're oversized, I think I understand, because of change in bylaw.
Aggregate square
But
footage.
we've asked for a taller sign than's allowed by right?
Yes.
And how much taller?
10 feet taller.
10 feet taller?
Yes.
Okay, if you don't have anything else, I'll turn it over to the board. Karine, start with you.
I have a question for Mr. Sekeli.
Yes, go ahead.
Where exactly is this Chick-fil-A going?
This is
Friendly
the-
Toast.
It is going in
The
the
old
exact
Friendly Toast.
location where Friendly Toast is.
Cut and paste, it's Chick-fil-A right where the Friendly Toast.
All right,
Same
that's what
building,
I
it's not a
thought.
knockdown, rebuild?
Oh, it's a knockdown.
It is a knockdown, okay.
All right,
so-
that's what I thought. That's what I thought. So, when you're pulling in, what you're saying is you're pulling into the street, you have Kelly's in front, and how big was that pylon, the sign that they just put up? Brian, do you remember?
I can find it. I don't know offhand.
The
probably.
Kelly's Roast Beef Restaurant.
Yeah,
Yes.
the
Yeah.
pylon, we just approved a pylon.
We just approved a sign for them, so I'm just
Okay.
wondering, like, the location of all these big signs.
Yeah, we're trying to stay away from it being the Vegas Strip now.
Yes, yes.
Chicken strip
It's
is.
the chicken strip.
This is the, yeah, part of the new
Look at
Danvers
Lane.
Chicken Corridor.
Chicken wing.
Everybody else, everybody but Popeyes, they're the only ones you've beat.
I think we
Yeah.
have
The
them all.
Bird and Raising Cane's.
Raising Cane's.
They
gonna be-
haven't gone through, so they're still going through the planning board, but. they're
Definitely,
in progress.
you're all,
No demographics done there? by
all
Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
all chicken.
Yeah.
Someone has suggested that we rename it Into Cluck Street tonight.
Well, they have a
I
limited
concur.
menu, though, so.
Go to Endicott. So while Brian's pulling that up, Karine, do you have additional questions?
Just one. How big did you say your sign is going to be?
The pylon,
Yes,
it'll be 20 feet overall height, 52.64 square feet,
okay.
which we can lower if we need to, if that would be acceptable to have that sign.
Okay. I mean, that's a big sign,
That is a big sign.
a very
So
big sign.
the Kelly's one that we did was 59 inches high by 88 wide. Plus 90, so it's actually 42 square feet.
And
Okay.
how high off the ground?
How high up?
15 feet overall sign height, 15 feet.
All right. So,
Well, hold on, let's ask questions.
yeah, so, yeah, I mean, if we wanted to be consistent, just so we don't have, you know,
Button jump.
that might be appropriate. Those are all the questions I have for now.
Very
Thank
good.
you.
Ken?
The only question I have is also on the pylon, the reader board. That reader board is a stationary board, correct? Like, we're
Correct.
not flashing, toggling, on, off, changing messages
No.
all the time?
Stationary, it
Static.
It's
changes.
static,
It's really,
Right, to the mic, please.
because we don't allow that in Danvers.
no, it's static. It allows, so our model is a local owner operator. So it'll be one operator in this restaurant. It allows him, if he wants to do a daddy-daughter date night or pictures with Santa.
One message for
Yeah,
the
just
day
stuff
or
like
whatever.
that, community outreach type stuff to
Okay.
invite the community in.
Okay, I'm fine with that, okay. That's all I had.
Yep, Ken J.
So you said there's a total aggregate of 266.97 square feet. Well, I'm trying to find our limit in the bylaw. I haven't found it yet. Do you know what it is, Mr. Zakelli?
Yeah, so, with the changes, it's supposed to be a max of 40 square feet.
40 square feet maximum.
Right, and they're going to 52.6.
That's just.
Oh, on the pylon, but I'm
Yeah.
talking about the whole kit and
The
caboodle.
package, the whole package.
The 266.97. So is there a limit with the whole, all signage?
So there's a max square footage allowed as the combined length of all the frontages on the primary and secondary street times 2, which would put it to, close to 200.
Okay, so they're over that as well.
Correct.
All right.
That is a portion of the bylaw that is correct, meaning that they would have had to come here anyway, even if the bylaw did change. The only thing for them that's really, where they're coming in, where maybe they shouldn't be coming in, is the pylon sign, because it's only supposed to be 10 feet tall, 40 square feet. This is more in line with what we see all along the C3 corridor. So as far as the pylon sign goes, those are right where we see in terms of the numbers, that's typical of what we see.
So 3 isn't crazy.
No, well, I mean,
Oh.
they're just essentially putting, in terms of the aggregate signage around the building,
Oh, yeah.
it would be weird to not have a sign on, because in this specific location, you are circumscribing the site.
Yep.
Meaning where you're coming from many different directions.
Yeah, it's
So they're
true.
saying we want to have sign on every side, not a crazy ask.
Makes sense? Okay, that's all I got.
Thanks, Ken. Chris?
So this might be through you, Brian. The plan I have has 4 signs around the building, and the one you have only has 2. I have A1, A2, A3, A4.
That should be
Is
right.
that correct?
Oh, yeah. So this is the plan that's in your PowerPoint, but the actual plans show a little
Yeah.
different. If we go further in your PowerPoint, you'll see a more, we have all the elevations here, but it looks like that this site plan does not show A3, A4.
Right, it only shows what we're applying for, but the packets that you have that show A1 through 4, A3 and A4 are allowed by right.
So this plan is just showing what they,
The excess.
the excess, what they are asking for relief for.
All set, thank you.
Thank you. Kevin?
Is there anything about the lot size, shape, or topography that helps justify the legal standard for a variance?
So in this particular case, the sign variance actually has specific, this is why it's called a waiver/variance, meaning that for a sign to apply for to go outside of what is allowed, the threshold is not soil, shape, topography. In the bylaw, it talks about it's no more detrimental than I can get the exact language, but it is not, we do not have to do the test of soil, shape, or topography to grant this waiver.
So what box is checked, waiver or variance?
So this is a problem with the bylaw that calls it a variance, but then says that even though this is a variance, the lens that you look through is not what you look through for a typical variance.
It's a sign variance.
It's a sign variance, which
Does-
is not
Does our definition of a variance outweigh the MGL definition of a variance?
I mean, we specifically say the threshold of what lens you should be looking at for this type of application. I can bring it up, but it is not soil shape and topography.
Well, you could argue that the topography of where the building sits it's gonna have to be visualized from around it to, when you access it, so it's not against a flat wall like inside a plaza. So, I mean, you have to be able to see it from all different sides, if that makes sense.
I can bring up the language
Sure, yeah,
if
sure.
that helps. Yep.
The size and shape of the building.
And Kevin, while Brian's doing that, do you have additional questions?
No, excited to have the lemonade come to Danvers, though.
I have a couple more when you have a moment.
Corinne, we'll get that while
Um,
Brian's taking.
What are the hours of operation? I know you're closed on Sunday, but during the rest of the week, what are your hours?
Typically 6:30 to 10, Monday through Saturday.
6:30 to 10 PM?
Yes.
Okay. And these signs are illuminated?
They are.
Will they, will you turn them off like half an hour after close, or?
We can set a system so where they turn off typically an hour after close to allow the
that's
employees that
our
are
bylaw.
closing up
Okay.
to be able to see through the light, if the parking lot lights aren't enough.
Okay, perfect. Okay, thank you.
I'll ask the question. So would you be willing to take this pylon sign height at 15 feet versus the 20 you've requested?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the big need for us on that pylon is just getting off of Endicott Street. With us being tucked behind the roast beef, and there's that row of evergreen trees, we're just trying to get some presence for the passerbys. I think 15 feet would achieve that with that reader board, and, yeah, we'll.
I think that just helps us stay consistent with what we've already issued on Endicott Street, particularly to your neighbor Kelly's,
Yep.
which I believe was just here a
month
month
ago.
ago.
Okay.
So,
I think we'd be, yeah, I mean,
on the same type of issue.
that'd be
So,
fine.
Okay, so you'd be willing to do that. And, I mean, I understand the signs allowed by right. I can certainly understand, the need to want and to put signage on basically all four sides of the building, which is unique, right? Because we don't allow it typically, right? We allow two sides, as you know. But the welcome message I find kind of a not needed sign.
So we do that.
Talk
so
about that one a little more.
It says, it'll say like the municipality. So if you go in Woburn, it'll say, Woburn, Mass. Here it'll have Danvers.
You have to say Woburn.
Woburn.
Okay.
And then we're also doing something unique inside the restaurant, just to kind of give it that home feel. We're going to put a mural up that's going to have like the Liberty Tree, trying to just bring some of that community feel. And that's really the welcome sign. If we have done in other municipalities, if there is really a concern about that, we can change it to a window decal, a window graphic. It's just kind of our welcome, and in a lot of instances, the operators will put a welcome bench out there, just so that, you can sit, if you get a lemonade, sit out in front of the sign, local community thing. But it's not a break point. We've got other solutions, like I say, a window decal, if that is a sticking point with you guys.
Okay, and talk to me about the digital part of the sign. I guess what you call readable copy, is that correct? So, and who controls the messaging on that?
So it's just the operator, he has a stack of letters and just a
Okay, so it's a
elevated
manual
pole.
board,
Yeah,
it's
just
not digital.
No, it's not
Okay.
digital.
Gotcha.
It's the old, like you
Old
used to change gas signs.
Yeah, all right.
Mr. Chair, two things.
Yes, go ahead.
Anything in the window decals, that's signage, so,
It
it would
doesn't
be,
change. for us.
it would be the same thing. And then the lens that I wanted to talk about, it's number 3, waivers, it's the last sentence. It says, all other applications for proposed signage in any other zoning district that's outside of the downtown. The ZBA may issue a variance upon a finding that no substantial detriment shall result from the proposed signage. If I had my way at the next town meeting, I would just change that word variance to special permit, and all signage
Yep.
all signage should,
Special
it should, had
Yeah.
nothing to do
Be-
with a
Variance.
variance.
Because
It
it-
should all be a special permit, but this is where we are right now.
I'm all for that.
So this is
Everyone's all
really a
set.
special
that.
permit dressed up as a variance, or
Which
the other
is-
way around.
Yeah, we'll say something like that, sure.
Yeah, so the way it's written right now, my strict interpretation would be that we could add to the state law, we're not going to take away, so we might require an additional finding for a variance on a specific topic, but we can't, strip them out of state law, would be my feeling on it.
All right. Kevin, any additional questions, or are you good?
I'm good, thank you.
Okay, and,
Mr. Chairman, can I,
Yeah,
just
sure, go ahead.
one quick question. Can we go back to that welcome sign then?
yeah, sure.
If the board would entertain that, I would ask that we look at the letters as proposed that stick into the wall. They're much nicer. It's a long term. They're like individually cut.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So you're talking about changing, we would
I
still.
wouldn't go with the decal. That was just if I've got to get a variance
You prefer
anyway.
the on the building
Oh, it's
posts.
it looks so much better.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, I'm just trying to understand the need for it, but I think you've explained it to me. And I don't, so I guess maybe I'll go out to you, Brian, on this. So this might be more to Ken's question. So they've asked for, a combined total of 266 square feet of signage. That, I just want to be clear, and maybe this is for the applicant as well, that 266 square feet, is that combining just the 3 signs you're seeking, not the 2 signs by right, or is that the whole package?
All the wall signage.
Yes.
All the wall signage,
Wall
including
signage,
what you guys are
not the
calling
Right,
A3 and A4?
correct.
Okay. And if I heard Brian correctly, by right, you could be issued 200 square feet on 2 sides of the building.
Yeah, it's the primary and secondary frontages times 2, so
Okay.
it's how much frontage you have. It kind of gets a
Yeah,
little gray
it's
because
based on the size of the building, I got it. So I just want to be clear, so you're 66, approximately 67 square foot over. We've come to it sounds like a mutual agreement on the height of the pylon sign. But the pylon sign is
Over by
also over, or is that part of the 266?
Pylon is not part of the 266,
Okay.
it's a standalone, because there's this,
Pylon's its own animal,
right, that we are going to change.
and that's where our
Their pylon
bylaws,
sign was, put it this way.
would have happened by right
Yes.
if our bylaw gets
Previous
corrected.
bylaw was by right, would have been
Gotcha.
by right.
Okay, I think I've got it.
There's a lot.
The square-
Signage is very fun.
The square
Yeah,
footage would have been
we-
by
we
right.
need
not
our
by-
own signage board, I think.
The signage bylaw is a little
Yeah.
shaky.
Week.
Okay, I see no public here. I'll just check.
Let me just
Nothing
double check.
online.
I have one
And,
further
yeah, sir,
question.
go ahead, Kareem.
It's of Mr. Zakelli.
Yeah, go.
Nobody
I
else.
noticed that this is a condominium deed for the
Yes.
property. Is this the same situation as Lowe's, where it's one big property and each building is a separate condo?
Correct, so the not Eastern Bank.
Right, no. Eastern Development from Woburn, right?
So Liberty Tree, including the out parcels, is owned by 3 major entities. This is one of the major entities that's on the left part of Liberty Tree, and the out parcels that are where Friendly Toast and Kelly's are. So that's all Eastern,
Okay.
and it is condoed.
How many parcels are part of that condo? Like, because they reference the master deed, so this is like a true condo where there are
Right.
multiple properties that are involved.
So, I mean, on their site plan, they are showing 2 major, 2 units with a Unit 1 building area, Unit 1 parking area, and then Unit 2 building area, Unit 2 parking area. There are
Okay.
certainly more than 2.
Okay.
But for this purposes, in this general area, there are 2 condo units.
Okay.
I have one additional question. So the pylon sign
Yeah.
currently doesn't exist,
Correct.
and so this will be all brand new.
Yes, sir.
And what's the post? Is it aluminum? Is it,
Steel.
it's steel post?
Yes, sir. Done by an engineer. They will tell us what size we need to use, how deep to go, all that good stuff so that it's safe.
And it's painted?
Yes. Yes, sir. It's painted it's a pretty dark bronze color, almost black, but it's got a sheen to it.
Okay.
I have one other question.
Yep, go ahead, Green.
How far off the road is it going to be? I'm always concerned with these big pylon signs and, people
Site
driving.
blocking, yeah. Looks like it's pretty far set back from Endicott.
Well, yeah, it's far back from Endicott. It's pretty close to Independence.
Right,
So
think
B1.
But that's
Right.
not a public street either, though.
No, it's an interior, essentially
That's
an
a- that's
interior
part of the
drive
mall.
aisle,
right.
which is kind of why they got squeezed on their square footage, because it's not even considered really a secondary street, so.
Now, I do know that there were some emails back and forth the last couple of days. I believe engineering took a look at that as well, didn't they? And that was the last email I saw to Bowler earlier today.
All right, so, that's a good point. I'll just,
Did he move it? What's his name? The town engineer?
so.
Stephen King?
Yes, Stephen
So
King.
that was the Kelly's sign, that
Okay.
there was a there was
Easement.
some type of a drainage easement that bifurcated it, and then also the mast arm, so they had concerns there. Engineering reviewed this. This project will not require an engineering permit review. It does not obstruct existing water, sewer, or stormwater underground infrastructure, which at the moment it does not. But when they get out in the field, if they find something, it may have to get slightly just.
Well, I'm not talking about like what other, I guess equipment or utilities are around it. But as site plan, I mean, do they look to see the position of the sign and just how close it is? Like, what are the rules as far as how close it can be to even a secondary or an access road?
So it did, signage would not have gone through the planning board.
Okay. No, but site plan review, wouldn't
Site
it?
plan review, certainly, I mean, you're over and done.
Oh, yeah.
They have a
Okay.
a decision on file. The pylon sign was not part of that
I was
site plan
gonna say,
review
but
because
this
that
was
was
not
our
in that
purview.
package, right? Yeah.
Okay.
But
So-
they would
so
rely
who-
heavily on, they would
All right,
rely
well, let me
heavily
ask you
on
this.
engineering for the location of it.
When they go to construct the sign or install the sign, do they have to pull a building permit for that?
Definitely.
All right, so that
So it'll
someone will
be
take care of
Oh, yeah,
that.
so we'll submit after tonight, whatever's decided.
Okay.
Their engineer will come in with thorough design plans.
Okay,
As Megan was mentioning, the footing, the post height, all of that, and specific spacing and location, and that'll go in as part of the permit package.
Okay.
And then the building department,
That's
they'll do
fine.
the inspection, they'll be out there during construction, like, then it's
Okay.
on them, yeah.
Again, we deal with these signs all the time. They're worse on 114 for obvious reasons, but I'm always concerned about people crashing into them, so.
Okay, I think based on that,
I have one.
yeah, go ahead, Ken.
Mr. Zakelli, do you know how big how many square feet the pylon sign for Kelly's is?
I just had it up, it'll just be a minute.
It's smaller than this one, I think.
So, yeah, the Kelly's one was 42 square feet.
Okay, I'm just wondering if we need to be 56. It's,
a reader board plan?
No,
That might be the difference.
That's why.
sir, I can show it right now, so just a sec. So theirs consisted of technically like two signs,
Yeah, right.
because we had
just
Kelly's
says
and the
drive-through.
drive-through.
Right.
So that measured
40?
42 square feet between these two signs, Kelly's and drive-through.
And now this one will be 56.
a lot bigger, yeah. I mean, could we get
10 square feet.
it down to the size comparable with Kelly's? just so it won't be overwhelming with big signs in the air? Or is that standard, is that a standard Chick-fil-A sign, or can you make it smaller?
Yeah, it's standard, but we can go smaller. Sure.
It's 52.
Those standard
Yeah,
ones,
I-
46.
It's standard, but again, I mean, we're here to, look, we want to come in and be good neighbors. I don't want to argue over 10 square feet.
Yeah, yeah. I'd like to, I mean, me personally, I'd like to see it down to around the Kelly's size.
42?
Yeah, 42 would
or
be good.
46?
42.
42.
42.
And this one's 50.
46. We'll meet in the middle.
Good try.
I mean, yeah, it's up to you.
I'd like to see closer to that. Dimensionally, it doesn't make sense, and you need to be like 43 or something, or whatever it is. I just like to see it closer to that 42.
I guess we need to have a specific, if we're going to vote, it needs to be a specific number,
Well,
right?
we'll
You
ask
could
for
say
the
a max of
condition.
42. You could
Yeah.
say a max of 42 between these two signs.
Yeah.
And then you would have to come up with a new, you don't have to come back to the board if
Just
they're
have to
willing,
come up
if they're
with the
willing to have a
condition.
condition.
If I would
Those
just,
final plans could show 42.
I would just ask if we can get a little leeway. I understand what you're trying to do, and let me get back with those, because I think what's going to happen is when you drop that 20 feet to 15 feet from a dimensional standpoint, we will go to a smaller cabinet. What I don't want to do is say, yeah, we're 42, and they come back and say, our cabinet's 43 and a half.
Yep.
And then I'm having to come back to you guys for a foot and a half, you know, or 1.5 square feet.
A max of 45.
Something in
Yeah.
there, if we could just get
Max
a
of
little bit
45?
Is that good? I mean, you
Yeah.
tell me, you built.
Can live with that?
Monuments 46.
Can you live with that, Ken?
That would work, yep.
It's a little closer.
6.75.
A lot closer.
These sizes.
Okay.
Does that work? We give a condition of max of 45?
Yeah, we'll make,
We can do
yeah,
a 5x5.
she's my expert.
You want to talk about it more, you can, or we don't want
Yeah,
to
yeah.
pressure you into something here.
We can meet 45.
Okay.
Perfect.
So we're gonna have that pylon sign come down to a height of 15 feet and no larger than 45 square feet.
Right.
And that's the two signs combined.
Yes.
Very good. All right, we're solving world peace here. And any other questions from the board? If not, we will go ahead and deliberate. And Karina, I believe we started with you.
I will vote for the sign package with the restriction of 15 feet and 45 square feet maximum
On the pylon.
on the pylon.
Very good. Ken?
And I will vote for this with those same conditions.
Very good. And Ken J?
I too will vote for it with those same dimensions, the 15 feet and the maximum of 45 square feet.
Thank you. Chris?
I am in favor with the pylon conditions as well.
And Kevin, if you were voting.
Since I'm not voting on this one, I'll defer to my fellow board members.
Very good. I appreciate the applicant's willingness to work with us. I think you can see our, as we've established, Endicott is chicken lane. And, you know, wanting to have a little bit of consistency on the signs there. So we do look at every application by its own merits. However, like I said, we did just have Kelly's in here, 6 weeks ago.
Yeah.
We're just looking for a little consistency on Endicott, and I think this is a good compromise. So provided you will take those two conditions, I too will vote for this. So, board members, if I could get a motion.
I make a motion to grant a variance / waiver under Section 37 to allow for the installation of new signage that will be larger in aggregate than allowed by right, and that this condition does not affect other properties or structures in the same zoning district. A literal enforcement of the zoning bylaw would involve substantial hardship to the applicant. Granted, this variance / waiver will not create a substantial detriment to the public good and will not nullify or derogate from the intent and purpose of the zoning bylaw.
I've got a motion. Can I get a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Very good.
No, we,
Oh, sorry.
part two. I make a motion to grant a variance / waiver under Section 37-2A, D, and J to create a pylon sign that will be no more than,
Instead of saying no more, can you just put?
The new
what
numbers.
those dimensions are? So it will be 15 feet tall and no more than 45.
well, this, I was going to say, the way it's written now, that will be over 10 feet. I was going to put no more than 15 feet. So, let's see, motion to grant a variance waiver under section 37(2)A, D, and J to create a pylon sign that will be no more than 15 feet tall and no more than 45 square feet. And to add 3 additional wall signs that, signs then allowed by right, in that this condition does not affect other properties or structures in the same zoning district. A literal enforcement of the zoning bylaw would involve substantial hardship to the applicant, and granting this variance waiver will not create a substantial detriment to the public good and will not nullify or derogate from the intent and purpose of the zoning bylaw.
I've got a motion. Could I get a second?
I'll second.
Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Very good. Good luck.
Thank you for your time.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for working on that with us.
And Brian, that's for you. Board members, unless we have anything else, I would,
The only other thing I wanted to bring up was getting these guys IDs.
oh, yeah, Brian,
We can do
so,
that.
I think this has come
For
up
the
a few
field,
times.
when they go out to the field.
Got to talk to IT.
Okay.
Okay, site
That
visit
would go to IT.
badges, or so. I have
I
one,
have one too.
Okay.
because we've been on so long, but I
Right, I'll
think
first talk to
especially some of the
Aaron.
newer members, just to easily identifying people when they're at site. I
Sure.
think.
So I'll talk to Aaron first, but then he'll probably then go to Colby. of
Okay.
IT, so I can get everybody.
Okay,
Sounds good.
thank you. Folks, could I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Good night, Danvers. Okay.
Good night.
Yeah, you gotta work on it. That's Woburn.
Woburn.
Yeah,
You know I will.
So you sticked out, but you're from Atlanta, right
I
there.
know.
Worcester.
Oh, Worcester.